I didn't listen.
Come.
Correct?
Come.
All right. All right. So the question I got is, when Jonah jumped off the boat into the water, was he dead?
No, he wasn't dead.
All right.
Right. Actually, go to that account, Jonah chapter 2.
All right.
Right, because, and this is what we teach everybody, because the the so-called institutions is what I call them, the church institutions. Like they say that hell is a place with a guy with a 3-pronged fork with fire everywhere, right? But actually, hell is just a condition, right? Because if you go in the book of Revelations, right, it says, and there was a rider that the pale horse. Can you give me that in Revelations? Because he talks about the pale horse, right? And then he said the pale horse rode, and he said, and behind him was hell, right? So it's just a condition. But read the book of Jonah chapter 2, right?
It's the book of Jonah chapter 2 verse 1.
Right.
Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of hell.
Out of the belly of where?
Belly of hell.
So if hell was a place with a 3-pronged fork and fire, then how did he cry from the belly of hell?
That's what I'm getting at. Let me ask you. All right, so we established he didn't die when he jumped off the boat.
Right, and then I got one more. I got one more just precept to show you that hell is just only a condition. Again, go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
And what?
And hell followed with him.
So once again, if we're talking about the place with the 3-pronged fork guy, then how was it a horse with hell following behind? Right. So it's just saying that death, the man on the earth was going to create death, and is going to put a condition that felt like hell. Okay. Right? Go ahead.
Well, all right. So established he wasn't dead when he jumped in the water.
Yep.
In the belly of the fish, they say he prayed.
Yep.
He prayed 2 days, right?
Yep.
All right, so he wasn't dead in the fish.
Nope.
When he got him spit up on the surface.
Right.
Was he dead then?
Nope. Because if you look at it in the beginning, what did the Most High ask him to go do in the beginning? Go to the top of it.
Somewhere else.
Right? Go read the top of Jonah. Right? Because he asked him to do a particular thing. And Jonah didn't do it. Right. But then we're going to go and revisit it back in chapter 2 when the fish spit him out. And you're going to find out where the fish spit him out was exactly where the Most High wanted him to go in the first place. Go ahead.
To the top.
Yep.
Starting to chapter 1, Jonah. Now the words of the Lord came into Jonah, the son of Amittai,
Yep.
saying, Arise, go to Nineveh.
Go where?
Nineveh.
All right, now go to chapter 2 now. See, because he wanted him to go to the Nineveh, right? Yep. And he wanted to preach against that place because Nineveh was wicked. Right. Just like the same thing in America, right? The Most High woke all of us up, you know what I'm saying? Not on our own accord. And he woke us up so we can come and preach against this wicked place in America, right? Right? So that's all the same thing. And if you look out in the Bible, that's all he did was tell the different Israelites that were prophets to go and preach against whatever wicked nation that ruled the nation.
I want to give you the point.
All right.
Right. So we established he didn't die when he was spit up.
Yep.
When he was in the fish, when he jumped up, he didn't die, right?
Yep.
It was 3 days.
Yep.
Pretty sure it's the next chapter over. Where Jesus used the upon talking to people.
Yep.
He said, as did Jonah in the belly of the fish, so shall man in the heart of the earth 3 days and nights.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right. So did Jesus die in those 3 days?
No. No, the Most High did. I mean, Yahweh did.
That's
No, he never died, because if you think about it too, he rose to be with the Father, right? Because he said that death, Yahweh, which is Jesus, he came to take the sting of death away, right? Because up to that point, right, death was killing us through sin, right? According to Romans chapter 6 and 23, right? Sin equals death. So all he did was come to teach the law and teach us to come back to the law. Because throughout our customs, no matter who we're around, and it's the same way in America, right? We tend to want to go and get the ways of every nation.
So he didn't die in those 3 days?
No, because Yahweh only the body died, but the soul. See, we're spiritual people, right? We're spiritual people, brother. Right? Give me the book of John chapter 6, verse 63. Give me the book of Romans chapter 7, verse 14. Right? Because see, we spiritual people, right? So at the end of the day, right, brother, like everything we doing is spiritual, brother. Right, bring that thing out, King.
This is the book of John, chapter 6, verse 63.
Bring it out.
It is the spirit that quickeneth.
Is the what?
It is the spirit that quickeneth.
Right, so Yahweh is spiritual, brother. The water king. See, so it's the Most High. His son is spiritual, right? He came and was spitting spiritual. Go ahead, King.
The flesh profited nothing.
The flesh profited nothing. So if you thinking that Yahweh is the word, you know, Jesus died, brother, that's where they wrong. Because his spirit never died, right? Go ahead and bring this one out. Watch this, King.
The book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
The law is spiritual, right? Give me the book of Psalms 119, 142, right? Watch King.
But I am carnal.
He carnal, brother, right? Going right back there, that ain't nothing but carnal, brother. So if you're thinking that the body gonna die, if you thinking worldly, right, then you done, right? Because the Most High said, be not of this world, nor anything of this world. If you are of this world, then the love of the Father is not in you. Go ahead.
Sold under sin.
Go ahead, bring that out. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Oh. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that I do not. But what I hate, that do I.
So he hate anything that's carnal, man. Right? Drop that. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, you asked the book of 1 John chapter 2. I was asking, bro, what do you think that he's not getting? You know, he probably would.
Right, because you know what I'm saying? He has said spiritual, right? And the truth and righteousness, like all the spirituality, all the truth, all of that comes to one thing, brother. Right? Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142.
Bring it out.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
How long do it last?
Everlasting righteousness.
Right, so yeah, so we try to be everlasting, right? And the spirit is the only thing that can be everlasting. It's not the flesh. So that's why when we said, did he die for the 3 days? No, because Yahweh is spiritual, right? Because he is the word according to John 1 and 1, right? And the word is spiritual, right? Go ahead, King.
And the law is the truth.
And the law is the truth, right? The commandments are the truth, right? Go ahead and bring that out, King. Give me the book of John chapter 1, verse 1. Right? Because the Most High Son is something different. That's why he had to come down here. He had to come and get us out of bondage, right? Well, what bondage did he have to get us out of? Spiritual bondage. It wasn't physical bondage. Just like when we got physically bonded, why did we get physically bonded? Because we transgressed the law. See what I'm saying? So it all goes back to the law. It all goes back to the spirit, because we're spiritually connected to the Most High. But there's only one nation of people that's spiritually connected, right? Not nobody else. Go ahead, King, bring that out.
It's better.
1 John chapter 2, verse 13. Yeah, all praise. You already know.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15.
Watch this.
Love not the world.
Love not the world, right?
Neither the things that are in the world.
Right?
If any man love the world,
what?
The love of the Father is not in him.
Go ahead, keep going.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The lust of the flesh, right? Because the flesh is in the world. It goes back to what we were just saying. Go ahead.
The lust of the eyes.
The lust of the eyes, because anything you can see is of the world. Go ahead.
And the pride of life.
And the pride of life, because can we see the spirit? Like I can see you, but I can't see your spirit, right? And so that's how we know that the spirit is the law, right? Right? And that means other than the nation of Israel, nobody else is spiritual, right? Everybody else is carnal. The Most High only made one nation of people to be spiritual. Go ahead.
It's not of the Father,
but not of the Father, right? So nobody else is of the Father but of those 12 tribes. Go ahead, King.
But is of the world.
But is of the world. Right, go ahead, bring that out. Book John.
This is the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1.
Go ahead.
In the beginning was the Word.
Right, so in the beginning was the Word, right? Go ahead, King.
And the Word was with God.
And the Word was with God, right?
And the Word was God.
Right, so anything that pertains to God, right, which is the Israelites, right, which is his law, statutes, and commandments, right, all of that is of the Most High, right? And then the Word was with God, so it tells you that that's the Son, right, because it's separate from God. Go ahead, King.
The same was in the beginning with God.
See, so he was there in the beginning. Go ahead.
All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
Right? They skip down to skip down. We can go to 5 real quick. Because watch this. Because see, this is the reason why. Honestly, when you think about it, why a lot of the other nationalities they try to far reach, but they'll never get the understanding that the Most High put in us. Because see, we are of the Most High, so we are made to be able to understand the scriptures. But when it comes to the other nations, the Most High didn't give them that gift, right? Because we're very spiritual. Go ahead, kid.
Verse 5. And the light shineth in the darkness. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
Right, because the light is always represented by righteousness, and darkness is always evil, right? So it says the light shineth in darkness, right? Because we are light to this world because we know these scriptures, right? So no matter how much we tell everybody in the world about this, they don't comprehend it because if they're not in the light, they'll never understand this light, right? Right. Huh. Yeah. And because the Most High didn't give us any of those religions, right? The Most High gave us law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Go ahead.
That's the meat bread. He did.
It's gonna be sweet at first.
Yeah.
Burning.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2:30 in the store. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got a door to the bed. Friday night. He even gonna put the 1/3 through, through the furnace, man.
That's right.
Even the 1/3. This thing is kicked out.
No, nothing.
You can see my calculation how that is. This is just 2 nights.
And you talking about the Messiah, right? See, so this is where the misinterpretation of when the Messiah actually died, because you know how Hebrews calculate days. Give me the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 4. Right. So, but this is how he calculates days. It's Genesis 1 and 4. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis chapter 1 and verse 4. And Yahweh saw the light that it was good, and Yahweh divided the light from the darkness. And Yahweh called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Right. So it ain't like how the enemy tells us that, oh, midnight is the next day. That just sounds weird. So in the middle of the night is the next day. No, once the sun goes down in the Most High eyes, that's the end of that day. Now that's the next day.
But they, no one ever mentioned.
It's still that day. That's why he said the evening and the morning is the next day, right? Because once the sun goes down, like tonight, now it's considered Sunday. Yeah, so it's just saying that's the same day. The evening and the morning is the next day. You see what I'm saying?
You're the only one too.
I am the only one.
Yeah.
My grandmother came down, telling them they thought
Nope, so look, for instance, like this. Like, okay, so now the sun just went down, right? So today is considered Sunday morning, right? Saturday morning, Sunday morning right now. So Saturday, the sun goes down, it's Sunday. So Sunday to the morning, that's Sunday. And then when the night goes down, when the sun goes down, then it's Monday. You see what I'm saying? Not midnight now all of a sudden it's Monday. Because that makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? But see, when the Romans, changed time, days, and laws, right? So the Most High made a set of rules, and because they felt like that they're better than the Most High, right? Now all of a sudden them rules are null and void because they feel like they're better than the Most High. So that's how all of this changed, because the Romans, right? The Romans came and they changed times and laws, right? So that's the reason why everything is such in a flux. Everything has changed. That's why we don't even know times and days. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't even know, because you know how the Bible calculates the next month? The new moon. When the new moon comes, then that's the next month. No. What's the new moon? No, see, the full moon is a full moon. The new moon is the dark moon. Yeah, the new moon is the dark moon. If you look on your calendar and you look at it, see when it's new moon, like it's when the moon is not visible, because in Ecclesiastes it's erratic. You get that? Right? That's why if you notice it goes, like the world is telling you it gets bigger in its perfection, but it actually decreases in her perfection. That's how the moon works. Right?
What is it? How can two? That's more than just mind. Like-minded folks, man.
Yep.
That's why I said it's a lifestyle, because then, hey, we live just like more like the rights we do. And look, we go turn up, we get a food,
Yeah, it's a Roman, because I don't know if we still got that picture up here. I don't think we might have that one. Yep. See, so basically what happened was the Romans, see, because Jesus, he was Jew. So the Romans were doing that. Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
That means he died on the cross.
Yeah, like, not true.
yeah, but I mean, you can only plant these seeds out here, man. That's why I've been gave up trying to see right.
Because I know crucified is what happened in the Bible. Right, go ahead, bring it out, King. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, edify. Oh, man, you good, brother. This is
Just
what
the
we
beginning of
supposed
the
to
day.
do. Yeah, we're supposed to be doing this, brother. We ain't got no choice. Right? Go ahead, King.
Right. Then said unto him,
The God of this world has
sorry. Then Pilate said unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I am power to crucify thee,
Yeah, that's it.
and have power to release thee? Verse 11. Yahweh answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it was given thee from above.
No, they did crucify.
Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it was given thee from above.
So the Most High ordained him to be crucified. So whether it's crucifixion, fiction, the Most High has to ordain it. And that's what he was saying. His Father had ordained it. Go ahead, King.
Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin.
Right? So he's saying basically the person that actually went and captured me during the Passover, right after the Passover was done, he's got the greater sin.
It go everything against the scripture. You the Lord's done away. How you gonna have a society with no law?
It was after the, all I know is the account in the Bible is when after they had the Passover, right? They did the Passover and everything, and that's when they went and got the son.
And then they say,
So that's the only account that we have in the Bible.
I think it's saying they got him, and then
Yep, that actually Judas had went and talked to Roman. They actually went and talked to the Pharisees and told them where they were having the Passover at, and then they tried to escape from them. And then, you know, we all know it after that. Then eventually they caught up to him, you know what I'm saying? And then they had him in captivity, waited them X amount of days, and then they put him up for the crucifixion. So, you know what I'm saying? The same account we all know. Right, so.
They enter into the gates into the city.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Go ahead.
St. John chapter 9 and verse 15. But they cried out, Away with him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priest answered, We have no king but Caesar. Verse 16. Then delivered he him therefore unto them to be crucified. And they took Yahweh and led him away. Verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha. Verse 18. Where they crucified him, and two other with him on either side, one and Yahweh in the midst. Verse 19. And Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross, and the writing was, Yahweh of Nazareth, the King of the Jews.
The King of the Jews. Killed an innocent man, brother. Right? And it's just crazy, man, because it's crazy that he came down here to die for us, man. And we try to come and let our people know that we're the greatest people on the earth, right? And we won't even bear witness to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, but you know the Bible speaks upon that though, that everybody won't go hear his voice. He said, I want to say, I think it's what 10 and 27 of John 10 and 27. He said, my sheep hear my voice, right? So that means that if you in his sheep, then when we tell you, hey, you know, you one of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Come back to the law, statute, commandments, right? Put fringes on, right? Keep your beard, right? Bring that thing out.
The book of St. John, chapter 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
And they follow me, right? Go ahead.